Hey guys, thogden here, welcome back to a new video. Now today, this is the big one, the Premier League predictions. We are going to be predicting who is winning the title, who's going down, and who's going to those Champions League and Europa League spots. Are you buzzing for it?
Oh, the Premier League is the best league in the world.
It is.
£7.5 billion of talent.
We have created our very own Fantasy Premier League for you guys. All you need to do to join the league is there's a code on the screen here. You put this on your Fantasy Premier League. You can copy it from the description now. If you get top 10 in the league, we're going to give a bunch of prizes away to you guys. We're making a clothing line soon. We're going to give loads of free shirts and stuff like that to the winners, so good luck.
In fact, don't bother entering because I'm going to win it by a mile.
Oh, confident. When we predict the first game week on the channel, we're going to announce our teams. Get notifications on for that. What's the like target today?
The like target today is 15,000.
Yeah, that is huge. I think we can hit that. Let's see how strong the Premier League fans are. Make sure you subscribe for more Premier League content around here. What's the first team?
Arsenal. Now, last season they were 8th. Now, it's a forgettable season, but they did get into Europe through the FA Cup. And let's not forget, Mikel Arteta, this is his first season as manager.
Yeah, and he's got a Community Shield and an FA Cup, so 2 trophies already. You know, some would argue the Community Shield isn't that big, but you can clearly see the man management of what Arteta's doing. Like, the players love him, and they've got a great connection.
Absolutely, and they brought in Gabriel.
Yeah.
He's Brazilian, he's young, and he's fast, and he's left-footed. What a good signing, eh?
Yeah, from the Liga 1, not the only centre-back they've signed from the Liga 1. They got Saliba last year, sent him out back on loan to St Etienne. Now they've got them both back for this season. Arsenal fans will be very excited with them two trying to break through, especially with Mustafi and David Luiz getting a little bit on. Maybe they'll break through into the team, eh?
Absolutely, and they should also be excited by will.i.am.
Ooh.
I mean, I can't believe Chelsea let him go. He's class.
He's getting on. Well, I mean, Chelsea are signing Kai Havertz. It's understandable. Willian is still a good Premier League standard signing for Arsenal. I do think so. But there is better in the Premier League.
He's going to have 3 great years. He's got loads to prove.
3 great years?
Yes.
Bit confident there, Thog Dad. I think the extension of Aubameyang's contract was massive. Like, you can tell he wants to stay at Arsenal. He loves London. He's driving around in his fancy whips all the time. But he could be the top goal scorer this season. I think Saka, watch out for him. Bukayo Saka's going to have another amazing season. Hopefully he plays every game. I think Arsenal will have a good year. I can see them winning maybe another FA Cup or maybe Carling Cup, something like that. Will they make Champions League? I don't think so. I think it's another Europa League year for them. 6th, but they're only going to build on with Arteta. He's a great manager.
I agree, Theo. 6th.
There we go. The COVID fist bump. Emi Martinez has to stay. I don't know why Arsenal are letting him go. Arsenal fans do agree with me. He's been your best keeper. And he's won both trophies in the final, playing in both games.
Aston Villa now 17th last season and just survived on the last day.
Yeah.
And they brought in Matty Cash. That's a good buy, isn't it, Theo?
Will they survive again is the big question. It's very difficult down at the bottom this season. Every single team down there has someone in their team that you could say, oh, they could stay up because of this man. It really is tough. Aston Villa obviously have kept on to Grealish. They put an 80 million price tag on him. No one hit that, surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, actually. Today, they did sign Ollie Watkins from Brentford, the top goal scorer in the Championship last year. Some are saying he's never played Premier League football and signing for 33 million was stupid. Others are saying it's a class signing and exactly what they needed. What do you reckon?
I reckon that's a brilliant move.
Yeah.
In fact, I just heard that and I had to change my prediction.
Yes.
I mean, they've just broken the record, the Championship record for a transfer fee.
That's
he is a bagsman.
Yeah,
and I see no reason why he can't score a few goals.
And it's understandable. He's a top goal scorer. And your Brentford owner's made a bit of money as well, so he's probably a happy man today.
Absolutely. And like I said, Matty Cash from Nottingham Forest, a good buy.
Yeah, that's a great signing. A right back, he's going to do a great job for Villa.
Overall, I think Villa will survive just 16th.
I agree in 16th. We agree on the 2nd already.
Brighton and Hove Albion now, and last season Graham Potter's men were 15th. But can they stay in the division there?
Well, they freed Ben White away from Leeds.
Yeah.
They extended his contract. That is massive. They obviously gave Duffy to Celtic, and they've got a younger, more higher potential centre-back in at Brighton. I think that's massive. Now, 2 players I think Brighton fans should be looking forward to watch this season is, well, first of all, Tariq Lamptey. They got him from Chelsea last year. He looked good, and he's only going to get better. The right back is a brilliant player. We've got someone special there for England, really. Well, you probably won't get in the right back side. There's so many right backs. But Alexis McAllister as well, the Argentinian lad, originally from England, I think, but he is a baller as well. Definitely more to come from him. I think Brighton will be okay this season.
And Adam Lallana, what a great piece of business from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Very experienced player.
Yeah.
But do you know what? For some reason, I mean, Graham Potter's sides, they're hard to beat.
Okay.
But I reckon this could be a very tough season. And I'm saying 17th.
Oh, that's harsh. I think they'll be in the more mid-table stretch in 14th.
Burnley now, and last season they were 10th, and all I can say is I hope Sean Dyche got a bloody good bonus.
Yeah.
Because he's overachieving massively, because the squad value is very low, isn't it, Theo?
Yeah, it is, and they haven't even made any signings really. They're just hoping that the core of the squad can keep them up again. But with Sean Dyche being so good and knowing the system and knowing how to stay in the Premier League every single year, I think he'll do it again, won't he?
I think he will, but I think it's going to be tough once again. I'm going for 14th, Theo.
I'm going for 13th, so 2 mid-table stretch for both of us. I think Dwight McNeil's going to have a great year as well.
Chelsea now, and they were 4th last season. On goal difference, they were just behind Man United. I'm not sure where to start here, because they've spent 134 million quid net.
It is mental. And overall, they're still profiting, because they did have a transfer ban. They sold, like, Morata for 50 million, got some other players, like they're about to get Bakayoko for like 35, because apparently he's going to go to AC Milan. But the signings they made, oh, it's special, isn't it, Dad? It is insane. I'll quickly mention them: Malang Sarr, Ziyech, Werner, Havertz, and there's even more. It's amazing, isn't it?
I know. Well, I'm going to start talking about Ben Chilwell at left back, because I think that's a really good buy. You're getting a first choice England international, and I think Chelsea actually needed to spend more in defence.
Oh, they did. And he's a very good left back. Is only going to improve at Chelsea. Dortmund versus RB Leipzig at Dortmund, and we saw Werner in the flesh take it past Berkey, just scored a beautiful goal in the moment, like in a big game like it was. RB Leipzig Dortmund, to the biggest in the Bundesliga, and it was a massive game, and I think Werner is going to be special in the Premier League. He's rapid, isn't he, Dad?
He's a man who can score 20 goals a season.
He can.
Maybe not in the first season. He's a bagsman. I tell you what, that's a brilliant piece of business.
Yeah, and we were, off in the Bundesliga as well, watching Bayer Leverkusen away at Paderborn last season. We saw Havertz, not just great on the ball, but he's 6'2", he's a big lad.
Yeah.
And the great thing about him is he can play centre forward for Leverkusen, and he actually can score quite a few headers. He's good with his head.
I tell you what, 72 million, but you know what? He could light up the Premiership for the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
He's so versatile.
He is,
He can play anywhere up front. He's going to get you goals and assists, and he's going to excite Stamford Bridge.
And Ziyech as well. We saw what he did in that Ajax Champions League run. He has a great ball on him. He's going to... it's Chelsea are very good this year. They're going to be good.
Yeah, the thing about Ziyech, he'll get a goal every third game. He'll get an assist every third game.
Yeah. Writing Chelsea off from the Premier League title, you can't write them off. They could just go out there and smash it and get in front of Liverpool and City. Will they do it in the first season? I won't predict that, but I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
Yes, and I agree, Theo. I just think they're 2 or 3 signings short of challenging for the top 2. Third,
I agree with you, Dad, but maybe if they signed Oblak, they could be going for that first place. Ooh, that's just my opinion.
Good shout. Crystal Palace. Now, they were 14th last season, but they had a terrible end to the season.
They did,
And they only bagged 31 goals all season. Only Norwich did worse. Can they survive?
Yeah, I like Roy Hodgson. And you know what? The big question is, can they stay up? Like you said, I think they can. I believe in them. And it's partly because of the players they've signed. Ebre Eze got a bunch of goals and assists last year in the Championship. He's a player to watch out for this season. Now, he won't, get the same sort of stats in the Premier League, because Palace don't play, they won't score as many as QPR did last year. But I think Nathan Ferguson, Fergie, good signing there. I think he's coming back from injury soon as well. But the big one is Batshuayi up top. If that deal happens very soon, I think they'll survive. 17th place. And that's mainly thinking that Michy will come in. Yes, but the thing is, that deal's not been done yet.
No, it hasn't. Eze is a great raw talent, but don't expect too much too soon. I'm sorry, Palace fans, you're going down.
Wow.
18th.
Well, I back you, he doesn't. Let me know in the comments, do you agree?
Everton now, and they were 12th last season, so well short of their normal standards. But you know what? Carlo Ancelotti at the wheel could be good this season, couldn't it?
Yeah, he's had a year to get used to the squad and everything. I mean, the big question is, can he even go for Champions League? Who knows?
No chance.
No, I mean, Europa League is the real target. Yeah. Can he do it? Definitely. Why not? I mean, the sort of signings they made. Alan from Napoli. James Rodriguez. We all know about him.
Yeah.
He's just brilliant. He's a top-level player. I can't wait to see him in the Premier League. And let's not forget about Decore.
Yeah.
Very solid Premier League standard holding mid. No more Tom Davis for Everton. They can thank their gods.
And I think you're right. Decore and Allen really provide some stability to that midfield. And that was lacking, wasn't it, last season?
Yeah.
And James Rodriguez, what an exciting transfer that is.
Yeah, like you said, I can't wait to watch him. I'm going to put them in 8th place.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't shock me if they get 7th or above, get Europa League. This is just tough to predict. What are you going with?
I think with Everton, this is a 5 to 10 year rebuilding process. And I think it started well. 9th place.
That's harsh though. I thought you put him higher.
I think 9th is realistic there. Down to London now, and Fulham. They were 4th in the Championship last year and got in through the playoffs, Theo. Now, they bought Anthony Robinson. Now, we saw him at Bolton.
Yeah.
A good left back.
Can they stay up? That's the question. They've come up. Last time they came up, it didn't end well for them.
Yeah.
Will it be different this time round for you, Thogdad?
Quite simply, no.
Okay.
They've not spent enough. Like I said, Anthony Robinson, that's a good buy, but
Yeah.
you need 3, 4, 5 good buys. You've not done it. Rock bottom, 20th.
20th. Wow. I mean, let's not forget, they've got Alexander Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Every time he plays in the Premier League, he scores double figures.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll do it again. But like you said, it's the team around him that I don't think has it in them compared to the other teams in the Premier League down at the bottom to have enough to stay in this Premier League. And I agree with you in 20th place. Another little COVID fist bump. I'm sorry, Fulham fans. You could surprise us all. Mitro's on fire. Your defence is terrified. But the real reason I'm going for that is Scott Parker, as a manager, lacks experience in the Premier League, so I just can't do it.
Leeds United now they won the Championship by a country mile.
Yeah.
And you know what the bookies say? They're 7th favourite to win the league. They've got Marcelo Bielsa in charge. Have they got a chance there?
What, to win the league?
Yeah.
You never know, it's football. Look at what Leicester City did, eh?
Yeah.
But no, I'm sorry. I don't think you're winning the league, lads. But I do think Leeds, I mean, the real question we're going to be answering, will they survive their first year in the Premier League under Marcelo Bielsa with the team they have? Well, let's look straight into the signings. They got Rodrigo Moreno from one of the Spanish clubs, Valencia, that's what it is. Ex-Real Madrid, but more importantly, ex-Bolton Wanderers. I think he'll be okay. The left-footed striker will bag a few. He's quick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You see, with Rodrigo, he's a good player, but he's not going to get 20 a season. He's sort of 8 to 10 a season kind of guy in my books.
Yeah, I agree. Jack Harrison, their other out the front three, 2 of the lads, they're from Bolton. Jack Harrison grew up in Bolton. Rodrigo used to play for Bolton. Leeds love him. Leeds love the Bolton lads, don't they?
Yeah, and they've got their Robin Koch out, haven't they? Do you think he's a good signing?
Dad, you keep making these dad jokes, so embarrassing. They're just embarrassing. Congratulations to Calvin Phillips on his England debut, by the way, just the other day. He's a really good player. I think we're going to see a very good Premier League debut season from him, and hopefully he'll stay around the England squad. Overall, I think Leeds will finish around 15th. I've got them in 15th, that is right. They're going to survive in the Premier League in their first season. What do you reckon, Dad?
Well, Helder Costa, we've not mentioned him.
Yeah.
I mean, why did Wolves sell him?
Yeah, good question.
I think he's a good player. And overall, I think Leeds will survive comfortably. And it is about survival in the first year.
Yeah.
13th.
Okay, very good. Didn't think you'd be that, positive of Leeds.
Well, my brother is a Leeds fan.
Yeah, you've got to be careful.
Shout out to Stuart and Elliot.
Yes.
Leicester City now, they were 5th last season, but they kind of ran out of steam at the end, Theo.
Yeah.
How are they going to do this season?
Difficult to call. I think with Leicester, they've just only made one signing, Timothy Castagne from Atalanta.
Yeah.
He's a right back. They've signed another right back, even though they've got James Justin and Ricardo Pereira.
Yeah.
Don't really understand that. I guess he's going to make way for Chilwell and playing left back. Maybe he can play there as well, but he's a right-footed, so it will be an inverted fullback. The way they fell off last season isn't a great sign going into this year. Going into the break, only making one signing.
So I think Castagne is a good signing.
Yeah.
He is an established Belgian international. He does add something to the squad.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy, what a man. He keeps producing, but he's going to be 34 this year.
That is mad to think. But listen, he keeps bagging goals. If he keeps staying in shape, who's going to stop him, Dad? Look at Ronaldo and Messi. They're still by far the top of their level at 35 and 33?
Yeah.
So why can't Vardy stay at the level he is of being the PL top goal scorer? I think they're going to finish 9th though. I think they're going to drop off a little bit. Mainly losing Chilwell was a big loss for them. And, Castagne at left back, I don't know if that's going to be the same sort of pull. I don't know.
I'm going to have a little bit more faith and say 7th.
Wow. Europa League.
Yeah. Liverpool now, and of course last year they won the league by 18 points. And I remember we did this video last year and I said Liverpool would be 2nd.
Yeah.
Because I had worries about their midfield. But let me tell you, those worries have gone.
Yeah.
Because in Keita, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Liverpool have now got the best defence in the league, an excellent midfield, and possibly the best attacking lineup in the league. What do you think, Theo?
Don't talk about Wijnaldum too soon, Dad. He looks like he's on the verge of moving to Barcelona under Ronald Koeman's system. And Liverpool have only made one signing in the Greek left back. I'm not going to try to say his name because I'll bottle it. But the positive of Liverpool not really making any signings is that the team that's already there are just going to be closer. There's going to be a better team cohesion. No one's getting replaced in the first team, so there's not going to be any doubts, and no one's going to be a little bit more upset. So Jurgen Klopp is clever by not signing anyone because they've got 18 points winning the league.
Yeah.
Why would they change anything? This is such a massive call because will Liverpool win the league again? What do you think, Dad?
Well, 18-point gap, and amazingly the bookies think Liverpool will be 2nd.
They do. I don't know why.
Yeah, but all I can say is Liverpool are stronger than Man City.
They are.
I mean, last season, City lost 9 games. I don't know how. Liverpool only lost 3 times.
Yeah.
And they only started losing when they knew they'd already won the Premier League.
Yeah, it's true, Thog Dad. Look at the stats, look at the last history of the games. You've got to back Liverpool, don't you? I'm going to say it now. I think Liverpool are going to win the Premier League again.
Right. Now, I think it won't be an 18-point gap, but the winners of the Premier League this year will be Liverpool.
We agree. Let me know in the comments who is winning the Premier League. It's a really interesting one. Can Man City do it? We'll get on to them very soon, but it's going to be interesting for sure.
So moving seamlessly on to Manchester City, the most expensive squad in the league, second last season, but they've lost David Silva to retirement, and Leroy Sané, I can't believe he's gone.
We've already spoke about Liverpool. You pretty much know where we're going in the table now, don't you? Yeah, it's interesting. Sané for 43 million. They probably could have got some more from that, but he wanted to leave anyway. I think this year is going to be a good breakthrough for Phil Foden. Yeah. Seems funny talking about him. What he did at the England squad. We won't get into that, will we, Dad?
Yeah, let's not. Let's not.
Koulibaly, I mean, he's been linked with Man City. They have signed Nathan Ake. But really, what Man City lack is a leader. What they didn't have last year is just someone looking after all the teammates on the pitch. Pep's good on the sidelines, but you need a Vincent Kompany leader like they had that year. That's part of the reason they won the Premier League so many years. Someone to control and look after them when things aren't going that well. It's the kind of Virgil van Dijk and Jordan Henderson effect of what Liverpool have.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, City, second place.
Ferran Torres has joined Man City for something like 34 million. He's one of the biggest hyped up kids in the Spanish league, you know, winger. I think he'll be good this year. I guess he'll be rotated with Raheem and Bernardo Silva. Someone to watch out for this year.
Ferran Torres will warm the bench, Theo.
Probably. You know someone who wouldn't have warmed the bench though if it happened? Lionel Messi. Didn't happen in the end, but my God, I dreamt it didn't happen. I would have loved to just see him play in the Premier League.
I'd love to see the GOAT in Manchester. If that had happened, City would have won the league all day long.
I thought Ronaldo was your GOAT.
There's 2 GOATs. The Red Devils next, Manchester United third last season, but after Bruno arrived, they were the form team in the division, weren't they, Theo?
Yeah, they look great.
Can they win the league?
This year?
Yeah.
That's a big call.
Yeah.
Maybe if they sign Sancho. No if they don't. Simple as that. That deal could still happen. It looks unlikely, but let's talk about the signings that's happened. Donny van der Beek. Yeah. Very good signing. The Netherlands midfielder. The only problem is, I was speaking to my Man United mate the other day about this. Where does he fit in that midfield? You've already got Pogba, Bruno. Who's the defensive-minded player out of that? It's not FIFA. Donny van der Beek is more of an attacking-minded player. I don't know if that's going to work as a 3, or will it be rotated? Let me know in the comments, Man United fans.
That's a very good point. Van der Beek is a very exciting player who will get you a goal or an assist every second game. Yeah. But will he get game time?
Yeah, I think he will, though. You're not going to splash 40 mil on a player and not play him, or 35, whatever it was. But the Sancho was the real transfer United fans want. I don't know if it's going to happen. They could easily go for the Premier League title if they sign him. They're probably not going to go, so I'm going to say 4th place for Man United. Champions League, and maybe Champions League the next year, the next summer for Sancho to come. Who knows?
So I'm going for 4th place.
There we go.
And now we got to talk about Newcastle, man.
What was that?
I don't know. Cut that out, Josh.
Oh, it was alright. Why not? Now, Newcastle have been good this season with their transfer window. Bloody hell, haven't they?
Yeah, now last season they were 13th, but the fans expect a lot better. Now, the Saudis are not buying the club.
No, it's not happening.
But what do we think about the transfer business there?
They've been good. I don't know how much money they're getting from Mike Ashley, but whatever they get from the Premier League, they've reinvested it really well. Yeah. Callum Wilson, he is a Premier League standard, a really good striker, and I think he'll get a few goals here and there. Great signing, something like 20 million from Bournemouth. Not the only player they got from Bournemouth. Ryan Fraser on a free. Very good. Jeff Hendrick on a free. And another really good signing I like from Norwich. Jamal Lewis. Great fullback. You know, I think some players like, I don't know if Bayern Munich or someone like that was interested for him, but he's a gassed up fullback. It's a good signing for Newcastle, that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamal Lewis, I thought he was going to go to Liverpool. But they turned them down.
They did, yeah. They didn't want to spend the money.
But I tell you what, Callum Wilson, that is an inspired piece of transfer business. He will bag you 10 to 12 goals in a season, and that's exactly what Newcastle want.
Maybe even more. The main thing for Newcastle fans is there's no more Joe Linton. Don't you worry, guys.
What I want to see is Ryan Fraser and Callum Wilson getting the goals that they got a season ago.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if it can happen. I'm predicting them 12th place. One more from last season. They'll be happily mid-table. They won't go down, no way.
Absolutely. I'm thinking 11th place.
Okay.
Over to Yorkshire and Sheffield United, 9th last season. Now, defensively, they were 4th best in the league. Yeah. So they've got a Champions League level defence. Yeah. Don't get a lot of goals, though, do they, Theo?
No, I think it's a shame what happened to Sheffield United. They had that amazing momentum run, maybe even could have got Champions League at one point, top 4.
I know.
And then, Corona happened. And, they were good at times, but not so good at other times. And I think next year's going to be tough.
Yeah.
The Premier League has strengthened. Every team has spent, what they can spend. Sheffield United have added a lot of squad depth. They got a double from Derby, adding new fullbacks, Bogle and Lowe. But not just that, they got Ampadu on loan from Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be pretty good. In their 3 at the back system, he can charge forward. And he's a pretty good player for sure, man. Adds a bit of pace to that squad. Overall, they got the keeper as well. So they've added squad depth. I think Sheffield United will end mid-table around 11th. What about you, Dad?
Well, I tell you what, Chris Wilder, that's another manager who deserves a bloody great bonus. Because last season, they really overachieved.
Yeah.
Aaron Ramsdale, a very good move. Of course, they couldn't hold on to Dean Henderson.
Yeah.
But you know what? That second season's going to be tough. I'm saying 12th place.
Okay, very similar to me.
Down to the south coast, and Southampton were 11th last season. They had a great finish to the season, inspired by that man Danny Ings.
Yeah. And they're a great team, Dad. I mean, I don't think we're going to see the Southampton of the first season last year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more the second part of the season, where they were playing really good football. They had momentum. Danny Ings was bagging them in for fun. I think one man who's going to stand out a little bit more next season is Che Adams. Watch out for him. I think they're going to link up really well with Ings. And I think Southampton are going to end in the top half of the table this time round. I'm going for a cheeky 10th place for Southampton. What do you reckon?
Well, Kyle Walker-Peters, they've turned his loan move into a permanent. And at centre-back, Mohamed Salisu has come in, and I'm hearing good things about him.
Interesting.
So I like the fact that Southampton have strengthened at the back.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fist bump time. 10th place.
We've agreed a lot in this video, haven't we?
We have actually, yeah. Tottenham Hotspur now, and last season they were 6th after a very strong end to the season.
True.
How's Jose going to do with them this year, Theo?
Well, I mean, we've all been watching the Amazon Prime series, I hope anyway. And yeah, it was the aim for them last season was all about getting Champions League football with Mourinho, catch up to Chelsea. It's going to be a little bit more difficult catching up to Chelsea this time, lads. They've got a pretty good few signings, don't they? I mean, they did bring in Doherty and Højbjerg, 11 million, 15 million. They got them on the cheap, pretty good prices. I don't know why Wolves let Doherty go. It really doesn't make sense to me, but that is an improvement on Aurier. A little bit sad to see him out the team now. It looks like he's going off to Inter. But I think Tottenham will improve from last year. What do you reckon?
I reckon that Jose needs 3 or 4 more signings to create the team that he really wants.
What, in the defence or?
Mainly defensively, yes. And maybe a backup striker as well.
Yeah, maybe a left back. I don't really know what's going on with them, but it seems like there's not many left backs on the market right now. Castagne signed for Leicester when they were looking for a left back. Tottenham can't sign one. I don't really know what the plan is.
But overall, I think Tottenham will be 5th.
5th? I agree with you, Dad. Little one of them again. Yeah, no. I think they'll just miss out on Champions League, but if they get it, it wouldn't surprise me. So good luck to Jose next year. The whole idea would be keeping Kane and Son fit. That was a big part of the series if you watch it. And I think if Kane does stay fit the whole season, he could go for that top scorer again. He's due a good year after last year for sure, isn't he?
Yes, agreed. And now let's talk about the least valuable squad in the league, West Bromwich Albion, runners-up in the Championship.
Yeah.
Now, they had a couple of loan signings that have become permanent, haven't they?
They have. Garner being one of them. They've got a great player in Pereira as well.
Yeah.
But the real situation with West Brom and the problem with them is they have a lack of striker options that are really on the top level. I don't really see Charlie Austin as a Premier League standard striker that can play in week out. What do you think, Dan?
And I agree, Theo. I look at their squad and I think there's some exciting players, but you're just going to fall short. 19th.
19th, wow. I agree with 19th. They did sign Callum Robinson today, but again, I can't see him on... I don't even think Colin Grant or Callum Robinson are on the same level as even Fulham, who have Alexander Mitrovic. It's difficult in the Premier League. It's very competitive. I really wanted to predict West Brom to stay up. They play good football under Slaven Bilic. Pereira is going to shock the league. He's a really top player. But I think they're going to go down because of that striker option. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to say that too, but these teams need to invest. We saw this at Norwich last year. They didn't spend a penny. They went straight down.
They did well to get Garner for 12 million as well, but that caused havoc over at West Ham. We'll get on to that soon.
What does Mark Noble think of that?
Yeah, exactly.
We're now moving on to the oldest squad in the league, West Ham United, 16th last season. They shouldn't be down there, should they, Theo?
Well, they could be again with the problems behind the scenes. All the fans have been saying FSG out. They want to kick the owners out, basically. And as part of that sale, Garner for 12 million. Listen, he's a young player. They sold him to another Premier League, relegation competitor for a really good price. The lad was probably going to break through the West Ham team this season and get more game time. That signing made no sense. West Ham fans, I'm with you when you're saying FSG out. That was stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, now at least Souček has now been made permanent.
Yeah, that's true.
But overall, I am not inspired by the business or the lack of business done by West Ham.
Yeah.
And for that reason, and it's really sad to say this, 15th.
15th? Dad, I've gone a step further than this. I think West Ham are going to get relegated.
No way.
I do.
Wow.
I've got them in 18th place, that third relegation spot. And I tell you why.
Yeah.
When things are going behind the scenes badly like they are, it's just so hard to keep it up on the pitch. Look at Mark Noble publicly tweeting what he thinks about the dying gunner. So it's not looking good right now. I could be completely wrong about that. West Ham fans, let me know what you think in the comments. No disrespect to you, but it could be time to go down.
Yeah, tell you what, West Ham fans, brilliant fans, and you deserve so much better than
this.
Yeah,
for sure.
And finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers only lost 9 times last season and were 7th.
Yeah.
And they've just spent 36 million quid on a kid.
It's unbelievable. I don't know what was going on with that. They got rid of Doherty for 15 million.
Yeah.
How can you sign a kid for more than double that price? What is going on with the Wolves transfer business this time around? At least they've kept the core. Like, they've kept most of their top players in that Wolves team. Connor Cody got his England debut, and he was really good. By the way, Wolves fans, Connor Cody can happily stay in that England team. He's a really good centre-back. I would like to see more of him. People were having a go at Ollie Watkins signing for 33 million to Aston Villa, but he was banging them in last year in the second division in England. Fabio Silva's just an 18-year-old from Porto, and they spent more on him. Yeah. Unbelievable. It'll be interesting to see if he becomes a worldie and one of the best players in the world. They're going to make a load of money, but it's a big risk, big reward type signing. You reckon he'll be the one?
Who knows? That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just guesswork. And I just wonder if there's something weird going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, it could be.
I can't see Wolves pushing on this season.
You reckon?
And for that reason, I'm saying 8th.
8th? Wow, missing out that Europa League spot. I think they'll get that UEL spot in that 7th position. I think Jimenez will get double figures as well. That man just keeps banging them in. But Wolves will be good this year. Right, we've come to the end of the predictions. Wow, I mean, now you're finished with the predictions. Everybody go join our Fantasy Premier League. We've got loads of prizes. When we release our clothing line, everyone in the top 10, I'm just going to send you a bunch of free stuff. And we might even give out some money as well, won't we, Dad?
Absolutely. And let's smash 15,000 likes.
Can we hit that? Let's go for it. Why not? Let's see how many the Premier League fans can hear. And make sure you subscribe with notifications on. We have loads of new Premier League videos coming out. You know, keeping up to you with all the news and all the data. This is the channel to be at. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you over on Fantasy Premier League. And we'll see you down in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Who's going to win the league? Who's going to get relegated? And who's getting the Champions League spots? That's what I'm interested in, eh?
Yeah, cannot wait.
Let's do it. See you later, guys. Bye.